Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that is a brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello everybody and welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. I'm Guy Tombe from Kinshasa City, Democratic Republic of Congo. Today we're going to deal with a topic, bride price in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a symbol or a business. We know that in the Democratic Republic of Congo, marriage is more than a union. It is a deeply grounded in institution. At the heart of tradition lies what we call bride price, known as a symbol of honor, respect, and also a family unity. So many people ask a question about whether bride price is still a symbol or it is a business. Join me now on this set is Ange Kapwadi. Hello, sir, and welcome to this program.
Yes, hello. Hello, and thank you for having me.
Ange Kapwadi is a social analyst, so we're going to spend a quality time discussing this relevant issue, bride price in the Democratic Republic of Congo, symbol or business. We're going now to cover a cultural meaning of this concept of bride price, especially in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We know that in most part of African countries, this issue is really sensitive. But we're going to focus on the Democratic Republic of Congo. So according to your perspective, what is the original cultural meaning of bride price in Congolese society?
Thank you, Mr. Guy. First of all, I'm going to start greeting all our viewers. Okay, greeting all our viewers. And also, as I said, thank you for having me. Concerning bride price, like the cultural meaning of all that, I'm going to say that first of all, bride price was first of all for union. Okay, you're going to see that like in former they were like coming with the things that we call dowry. Okay, for the unity of two tribes or even the clans. Okay, because the unity, because the marriage in Africa, and chiefly because here we're talking about the DRC. Okay, it is not just the things of or the union of two people, okay, but in other tribes you're going to see that it's even the union of two cultures and so on. That's why the bride price, I'm going to say that concerning the society, is the union of two people, but not just two people, even two cultures, community or clans and so on. And second of all, bride price was also for to mark a community recognition, okay, community recognition. Like, because when you're going like to show up like this, people are going to see that now you are officially together, okay? And yes, that's what I'm going to say concerning society.
Now, according to the tradition, originally, was it just meant for uniting both families, the bride and bridegroom family, or just to generate income?
Not really concerning incomes, because here we're talking about culture, we're talking about customs, and marriage is some things that it's very important in Africa and also in Congolese cultures and so on. So I don't think that marriage, okay, like the basement of the marriage was like for looking for incomes or getting money or interest and so on. No, it's more cultural, more for unity, okay, to celebrate love in African cultures and so on. That was our way of celebrating love and so on, and showing that really the one or the man is going like to is going like to do everything, because he has brought the dowry, okay, he has brought the money, the bride price, so it means that he's responsible and he's going to do great things.
You know, in Congo there are many communities, so to speak, with different tribes, different ethnic. So
yes.
But now, from your perspective or from your knowledge, I know that you've done some research. You know, how is bride price interpreted according to different communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Yes. Concerning the interpretation of bride price, so it is like influenced by many things like nowadays and so on. And first of all, I'm going to talk about the traditional community. Bride price is like it's interpreted like a respect for ancestor first. Okay, second of all, the bride price is like for the respect for the bride's parents, because you have to know that like raising or upbringing like a child, like they're still becoming an adult and so on. It's tough. It's very tough and so on. So you're going to see that it's also for recognition of everything that parents has done, that you are going to receive it. And also an alliance, okay, it's also represented, okay, like an alliance between two families and so on. That's in traditional community. But today, concerning today, even the religions is influencing like bride price and so on. You're going to see that even concerning like other things like customs and so on. You're going to see pastors are saying that you don't have to follow all those kind of things and so on, because in your marriage you are going to have you are going to be in trouble. Okay, you are going to be in trouble concerning other practice that perhaps the religion is not going to find good and so on. But bride price is the good thing.
Okay, the key word here in this topic we're dealing with is bride price, a symbol or a business. Here we focus attention on the Democratic Republic of Congo. So we want to know if marriage is still an option for young women. Please watch this video and we'll be back.
Noela Lubunda is a role model for young female graphic designers in DRC. Her career took off after she won a big national contest while still a student. The 24-year-old says she is determined to make her mark in an industry where women are scarce.
I lost my father when I was 12. Our mom raised us to believe that only we could look after ourselves, and we don't have any family here in Kinshasa, so.
One might expect that for such a career-focused young professional, getting married and starting a family would be less of a priority. Not for her.
Marriage to me is something extraordinary. Having someone who's going to support me will give me the boost to go very far in whatever I want to achieve. A career is a wonderful thing, but don't forget that marriage is also very important for a woman, especially as an African American woman. We are raised with these values. It is in us.
Therapist Jean Lumbala has been working as a marriage and relationship counselor for more than 20 years. While he has seen some changes in the way young people today approach marriage, to him, successful women like Noela are still the norm.
I think for a lot of women, marriage is a place to build a beautiful home, to have children, because it's part of the system. And this way of thinking is all over the board. One of the reasons is that you women have a biological clock.
Yes, ladies. Here in Kinshasa, being young, educated, and independent does not necessarily mean fulfilled. Education, religion, society have a very strong power over women's lives and choices. However, there are nuances to the eagerness to put a ring on it.
I see myself speaking at TEDx, talking about my life, motivating people. I see myself doing big conferences, big trips, but not.
Mira Dunoyer says growing up without her father and on and off with her mother certainly have influenced her views on being someone's spouse.
I think if I wasn't a Christian, I wouldn't support marriage. And what makes me angry is the fact that the children arrive at a certain time and I stay with my husband for my children. I wouldn't want to live my life for them. I wouldn't want to stay in a place that doesn't make me happy anymore. What are the advantages of marriage? Children? I don't know.
While the appetite for marriage is still strong among many young Congolese women, Jean Lumbala says the dynamic is evolving.
The difference is that marriage isn't necessarily for life. I think there's a critical spirit nowadays. Women today can be critical of marriage.
Whether they believe, like Noela, that marriage has to be part of a woman's life plan, or like Mira Dunoyer, that tying the knot can be a daunting task, marriage for most young Congolese women comes with one big difference from their grandmother's generation. Their happiness within that marriage must be part of the equation.
Now, let's focus, or let's now try to put an emphasis on economic reality. When does bride price become financially excessive for young couples?
So, thanks a lot. Okay, when does bride price become, you said?
Financially excessive for young couples.
Yes. I'm going to say that when families start to overdo, like overdoing, like asking more than what they have like to ask and so on, because you're going to see that concerning also because you have to know that expectations or things that was happening in the past, it's not what is happening now. Okay, today we have others realities and so on. You're going to see that because in back in time they could ask things that could help, like perhaps the bike. Let's take the bike. Okay, the bike could help the father. Okay, the father of the bride, like to go and doing things and so on. But today you're going to see that the bike in Kinshasa, okay, riding a bike, you're going to say this is not really, it is not ready to be very important and so on. So they're trying to, by trying to modernize a little bit those kind of demands. That's why you're going to see that that is also becoming like a barriers and so on. And you're going to see that they are putting things that are really expensive, okay, like a car. Okay, and people are going to, oh, come they put the car and so on. Okay, so the thing is that they're trying to modernize because they see that things that they were demanding in the past, okay, it is not the situations anymore and so on, and they are going to do nothing. And based on these modernizations and so on, that's why things are becoming tough.
Now we want to say, okay, is it true that we want to say a symbol or a business? Back then, it was just a symbol because, as you've just mentioned, help the father-in-law to make a move to use bike and so forth. Yes. But today is now, when we come to the modernization, let's talk about unemployment and poverty. How does this affect men's ability to marry today?
Yes, taking poverty.
Men's ability to marry.
Yeah, men's ability.
Unemployment, poverty.
Yes.
Because they ask things, excessive amount of money.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And because of that, you're going to see that it's going to be really tough because, as I said, like the modernizations and so on, and you're gonna see that it's going to be tough because like many things there and so on, and he's going even to be afraid, and the one who wants to get married is going to be afraid to go to the family, okay, to the family of the bride and so on, because he knows what kind of questions he's going like to receive over there and so on. But see also on the side of the bride, okay, over there also, so they have to, because parents are going to emphasize that you have to bring as a responsible. And in Kinshasa, when they talk about responsible, they don't really talk about so the kind of being responsible is having money, okay, and start like renting your house and so on. And this is the factor of being responsible. So when they're going to say that come with the responsible, okay, and her she's going to see that the one that doesn't have job, okay, like unemployment is unemployed and so on. So for the family, perhaps the one is not going to be responsible and so on. And you're going to see that the one who wants to get married is going to be stuck because he doesn't have money and he doesn't have even some things that he's going like to pay for the list that they are going like to give him.
Right. So now, if I don't know if you could share this view, saying that if there is a high bride price because this means a compensation for what parents did for their daughter, they supported their finance, their study, that's why they want to compensate by asking a high bride price. You think that this really fits? Could we understand things in that way?
No.
A compensation.
We don't have to take it like compensation or so on, because no one has asked you like to give birth or to beget your daughter and so on. You have yourself decided and so on. And for everything that you have done as the parent, okay, we thank you, but I don't think that you have to take it back. You have to take it back. You have to do your best and so on. That was the duty as your parent. That was I can say your as I said, the duty as a parent. You should do it and so on. But it is not looking for someone who's going like to come and to compensate, like to give you back for saying, because you're right, because others I've heard some people saying that after everything that I've spent, I've given this in such university, I've given this, and you are going to come with like $100. No, I won't accept. And this is not something that we have to prop, okay? It isn't something that we have to promote and so on. And I think that's Bride Price has to be, as I said in the beginning, that it is first of all to be a recognition for, and that has more to be the symbol, okay? A symbol than selling, because when you're going, because this is, it'll be as you're selling your daughter, and this is not good. So they don't have to take all the compositions, but something as a symbol, okay, for recognitions that he has accepted, because many, we have to recognize by lending, I'm going to say that we have to recognize that many peoples, they don't used to come directly like this and so, and they take shortcuts. And when I'm talking about shortcuts, you know, like we're going to live and
all right.
so on.
All right. Is it true that many people sometimes they misunderstand why in some tribes, in some families, there is a high bride price, but through this video, you're going to have insight on how bride price has evolved in some of the tribes like Toronto. Please take a look at this video, and we'll be back.
Tororo District Council passed the Bridal Gift Ordinance to guide the traditional practice of paying dowry. The bylaw is expected to take effect in January next year.
It will be implemented by the local council leaders and also police.
The new law encourages payment of bridal gifts as an appreciation and not as a mandatory practice, discourages the refund of dowry, and states that all women should be respected.
Some people could lose their wives, and then you could not marry. You have to pay back the bride. You have to pay the bride price first for the burial. Then secondly, most of the children were not going to school. Their parents would allow them to get married simply because they want 2, 3 cows.
In other cases, men batter women on the pretext that the man paid dowry and therefore owns them.
But you are imposing something which is contradicting the cultural norms of this area.
But even an exchange of bitter words on the hot issue could not stop area councillors in support of the ordinance from making plans.
We are going to sensitize our people. We are going to continue sensitizing clan leaders.
The recently passed domestic violence bill scrapped refunding the dowry in case the marriage goes sour. A Tororo-based NGO, Mufumi Project, has gone to the Constitutional Court seeking the scrapping of dowry.
Now, let's move on to another factor. We have a social pressure and consequences.
Yes.
Someone can be willing, for instance, a father who is the responsible of a daughter of the prospective bride or woman, he accepted to have a reasonable bride price, but now he has much pressure put on him. So do high bride prices delay or discourage marriage among young people?
Yes.
Say no, this is the ask a high bride price, so I won't get married now. You want to put it off. So you think, does this delay marriages among young couples?
Yes, it's delay. Because when you don't have the things like money now, or things that is going to help you, like to pay the bride price and so on, you're going to see that you're going to postpone. You're going to see that now let's put it for after and so on. And others may even say that it isn't. I'm not ready now. I'm not ready now. Okay.
So now, as a consequence, now you realize, you've already noticed that excessive bride, can you really say that can push couples into informal or unstable unions that could happen if there is excessive bride price?
Yes, I know someone. He was saying that if I pay a lot like this, so I can even start like pitying the wife that I've paid a lot for. You see, so I do think so. I do think so, because you are going to see that perhaps someone is going like to go and to borrow, okay, because of the excessive bride price and so on. And then after he's going like to have now problems of giving back what he has borrowed like for you and so on. So every day when he's going to see you like this, so it seems like you are the source of his problems and so on. And that can be very, very bad.
So now the consequences, who are going to suffer? Men, women, or families? Because now there is no way to pay bride price, and then what could happen, unfortunately, some of the girls become pregnant or fall pregnant. And then she's left there at home, no way to celebrate marriage, and it is delayed. So who is paying the price? Woman, family, man? So who is the
First of all, I'm going to say it depends. But second of all, I'm going to say that it's like, I can say everyone who is going like to suffer. Why am I saying so? Because let's take the example of the bride. First of all, she's going to suffer because she loves, she loves the one that was supposed to be perhaps a future husband and so on. That pain. That the man is unable to come and to pay the bride price for her because the bride price was excessive. The man also is going like to suffer. To suffer because he's going to see that I'm unable, to give the amount of money asked, and also family of like both of them, they are going to see that our children are like this, because of the problems that they are encountering and so on. It means that they like the pain is shared, so everyone is suffering.
All right, the following video will highlight how in the Democratic Republic of Congo, marriage is celebrated, some right during which a bride price is paid. Please watch and we'll be back.
A joyous celebration in Kinshasa. This couple has solemnized their marriage with a traditional wedding ceremony. Marriages in the DR Congo are regulated by a 1987 law known as the Family Code. Under the law, men are required to pay dowry to the family of the bride before they get married. But some parents have been asking for a lot of money from men seeking to marry their daughters. And that has prompted this MP, Daniel Mbao, to propose a bill to change that, with a maximum of $500 in urban areas and $200 in rural areas.
Nowadays, some parents have turned the payment of dowry into a business. They ask for cars, generators, and other appliances.
The bill is meant to stop the commercialization of bride price.
The payment of a dowry is supposed to be symbolic, not a commercial affair. In the past, our parents used to pay a sack of salt, and that was all. But today, some parents are asking for so much. I attended a ceremony where a parent asked for an air ticket.
But many Congolese, including this newlywed couple, say there's no reason to change the tradition.
I feel honored that my fiancé visited my family and paid dowry. He paid much more than the $500 that the MP wants to be the maximum amount that men should pay.
Can we legislate matters of paying dowry? It's supposed to be a gift. When my parents and I visited the family of my fiancé, they didn't tag a price because marriage is not a trade. All they asked for was a symbolic gift in accordance with our culture.
The bill would also make revisions to other parts of the family code.
The bill proposes a ban to polygamy and polyandry, all age-old traditions among some Congolese. The bill has not yet been scheduled for debate in the National Assembly, but it's already sparked heated arguments across the country. Chris Chamringa, Africa News, Kinshasa.
All right, now let's move to another aspect, the gender and power dynamics. Does paying a high bride price affect power balance within marriage?
Yes, and chiefly in Africa. So we're talking about Congo. I would like to be focused in Congo, that we are going to see that the man is going like to have more authority. More authority. As I said earlier, that he has seen what he has paid. He has seen what he has seen now. All pain that he has now, because he had spent a lot, or he has borrowed things and so on. He's going to ask for more submission. He's going to ask for more respect. Perhaps being the decision maker, you see. So it means that the wife, you have nothing to say again. You have nothing to say because you have seen what I've spent for you and so on. So it seems like they have sold you, because of the compensations, as you have said.
All right.
Yeah.
And then how do the women themselves react? Are they indifferent, silent, they don't say anything over the fact that the bride price is higher? Are they silent, indifferent? How do some of them react?
Others are silent, depends on family. or families. It depends on families and so on. I'm going to say that others silence, because you're going to see example, okay, to Congo. When you go to Congo, you're going to see that uncles, because them over the uncles have values, okay. Right. You're going to see that, because they're going to say, if an uncle trying to say something upon your life, so you're going to stay like this, okay, or you're gonna suffer forever, and so you're going to see someone like this, even if they put a price like the bride price, you're going to see that she's going like to be shy, be like to try. Perhaps she's not going to come like this, because she knows that when those uncles are going to say like this, perhaps things are going to be destroyed. Or they say, okay, so if you don't want, okay, so do as you want and so on. Okay, right. So, and others, they may say, okay, they may try and discuss and so on for saying that no, try to see, okay, try to negotiate. And so on.
Okay, I think for some in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the issue of a bride price is a big concern. Yes. And we can say that over and over again that the situation sometimes can not help a lot of people, especially young people, to be ready to get married. But now we could look forward to a reform and the future as well. Should the states or communities regulate bride price practices today in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
What I'm going to say is that what belongs to the customs, I don't think that the state has to get itself like to that. Okay, this is I don't think so. But what I'm going to say is that the state has to be in the middle. Mm-hmm. It means that the state has to advise that you have to be reasonable a little bit. Okay, you have to see the circumstances. You have to see the states of the country, okay, and when you are doing that, you have to care about all those kind of things, and don't just act because of your expectations and so on, because you want to have some things and so on, because you couldn't afford that, okay, and you say that by my, because me, you know, a father like this who was saying that by my daughters, I'm going to have compound, I'm going to have cars, and
sad to say.
That is so bad.
And now my final question, because
yes.
Guests, most of people viewing, watching this program, ask questions before, just to be put to you here on platform, on set. Say, in today's DRC, should bride price remain a symbol or be fundamentally redefined, according to your perspective?
It has to be a symbol. You know, even if the modernization is reaching like a top of the level of transformations and so on, I think that's the culture is the culture. And there are some kind of things that we don't have to change it, that has to stay like this and so on, okay? Because that is representing us, okay, to the first of the world when people are coming in DRC, okay, when they are learning concerning DRC customs or cultures, okay, there are things that has to stay intact like this, and that we don't have to touch and so on. And me, I don't think that's concerning bride price, concerning all, because it's wonderful, Congolese culture. It's wonderful to see marriage, to see all those negotiations and so on. And me, I think that has to stay like this.
Okay, Ange Kapwadi, thank you so much for coming to this set and to this program as well.
Yes, yes.
It was wonderful. I appreciate it so much.
For real, the president shared.
All right. Bride price in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a symbol or a business? So we covered a lot of aspects about bride price. We know it's not only in Congo, but in Africa, but we focus attention on here, Democratic Republic of Congo. It should be reasonable, and it takes a negotiation about both families, man, woman, and the community as well. It was very important for us to discuss this issue, and in the days ahead, we look forward to discussing other relevant issues related to social life. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned on Second National Channel, RTC de Développement. Bye. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, you know, innovation, yeah.
And we know that is Brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.